know about the meaning crisis, left, right, black, white, or other vices, which Jesus Christ is right, or if we're all saved. From my perspective, our propositions participate procedurally, running in circles. We're in body, we're in the age of decay. Symbolically speaking, the reapers are reaping, them damn egregores are whispering sweetly. We're all NPCs in the belly of the beast. Red pill, blue pill, bread pill, Mars Hill, or DMT, or whatever you feel. Got one and number two, it's all the same damn thing. So clean your room, repent on Zoom, ontology for dummies, a bird's eye view. 'Cause if you really knew, could you really even say? Totally depraved, all totally saved, a total disposition from the bed we all made. Or is it the elect, or are we just insane? From John Vervaeke to Jonathan Pajot and Jordan Peterson to the Chris Pacou Show, Paul Vanderclays and Griswold Grimm and all the dice he shakes. This estuary ditty is a little bit cringy, ain't quite the U-shaped or the hero's journey. All the NPCs in the flood treading water to watch you save the day with a bunch of chitter-chatter. From the ortho bros to the Catholic Joes, or atheistic Joes, to Protestant folks, the Joe Schmoes, and Jewish Jacobs, and everything in between. So love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul, with all your mind and your fingers and toes, all your neighbors too, as if they were your own. So love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul, and with all your mind and your fingers and toes, all your neighbors too, as if they were your own.
Phones and pot and mind control.
So, as far as just in my own mind, I'll get out and wave at the cars as they go by, and probably won't be robots in the car, but even if it was, say that it even was a robot and he waved back, and it's like, well, he made a robot happy. That's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. So, go do some of that. I'm going to see if I can do some of that. We'll see you later.
Just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right. Just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The hours are not what they seem, the hours. Very just king, great king. People error, people king, big, just king, king. Happy, many down, many jack king from right. Just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The hours are not what they seem. People very just king, great king. People error, people king, big just king, king. King, happy, many down, many jack, king from right, just new king, big, great, can, new, happy. The owls are not what they seem, the owls.
Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
Oh. Hi there. This is Enemy's Table Estuary live stream. Grim Grizz. Monroe Monday? Question mark? Because if we do Monroe if we make it a Monroe Monday, that's me asking Grok to explain like the gateway process document and the Monroe Institute and on stream. That if we do that, do you guys want to do that? Let us know in the Hive Mind chat. I need more gas money for the Southestuary. That's coming up. I haven't queued up that. I can't talk about it yet. Slime! What? Not a river of slime. How dare you? Kayfabe. Yeah, he's at the groomers, and that happened to my finances.
Imagine a world where boundaries blur between reality and fiction, with Mikhail Gorbachev leading the charge. Gorbachev didn't just challenge political norms, he dared to break the fourth wall in storytelling. "Tear down that fourth wall," he exclaimed, inviting us into a new era of engagement. His metaphorical call wasn't for Berlin alone. It was a clarion call to storytellers and audiences alike. Engage directly, break barriers, and foster a dialogue. Gorbachev's words echo in the halls of creativity. As storytellers, it's our turn to tear down that fourth wall, inspired by Gorbachev's daring challenge. Join us in this creative revolution. Tear down the walls that confine your stories. Share, like, and subscribe for more inspiration.
For more inspiration. Why? Why would you join a channel? Why would you pay for a channel membership on YouTube? Well, it's because maybe that's what that guy does for a living, and it lets me make special superpower emojis like the Howdy Rascal emoji in the Hive Mind chat. In the what? The Hive Mind chat. That's where people like Mills and Tunji enjoy the power of channel membership by typing : something : in this case, Denny : to make a little emoji appear. And then sometimes the guy puts it on the screen after you do it. And Shoulder Surf swings in with the hello frenemies with spoons, making the V&A virtually not alone bubble that makes us all feel better about it.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. I cherish truth. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
All right, great. I saw nothing indicating any actual what. Oh, thanks. Remember.
is no way to see.
Cyprus, that card of the show is the nine of clubs. And now it's time for savings throws against the mind control that you're swimming in, don't you know? That's just counting commercials, but especially this show. So, in order to receive your saving throw against the mind control, in which you may get half damage, all you have to do is choose how you're going to resist the mind control. Will it be your will to survive, your social network, your accumulated wisdom, or the power of your heart? Penelope is being chased around the room by Kikitron. Disturbingly, during the stream, oh no, I don't have any shock collars. I'm not. Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Oh shit. Survivalist, you could make it over 10 if you had enough bonuses. That's a 3 for you. Trinity for the survivalist. Socialist, Baker's Coven, you made it. That's half damage for the socialist with the Baker's Coven. Lovers of Wisdom, just a 6 for you. That's some work. But better than the hard folks who only got a pair of 2. A pair of 2. Wow, that's so many vulnerable minds. We should probably play this branding.
So say we all, yuck, 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 ho, ho, ho.
In other news, it appears that not that one. Share this instead.
I meant
Share this instead. Here's the 30.
to the kinds of things you're talking about. When it comes to remember, it took me to my own sort of family history. One of the odd things I've observed is that just seems to me, this is a very superficial observation, but it just seems to me that Americans have a fascination with their family histories that people in other parts of the world don't appear to have. And maybe it's because we're this revolutionary place where we have traveled over the ocean and gotten here and want to know where we came from. But how can we do that at a level that is conducive to the kinds of things you're talking about? Any thoughts?
I think Deacon Seraph and Richard Rowland, what he presented to you, obviously it's an example of what it is you can do, but there are many, many examples of things you can do. The liturgical calendar is a very easy place to start. What are the Christian traditions the Christmas traditions that have been lost just literally in the past 40 years? What are the Easter traditions? How can we celebrate Pentecost? How can we celebrate Ascension? We already have a really powerful anchor in which we can insert some very simple things, even if it's just mentioning it at the dinner table, even if it's just, remembering the liturgical year. That's the basic, that's the key. And then there are other things that are downstream from that, which is obviously remembering our family, remembering the stories. talking to our parents, to our grandparents, asking them to tell us stories. You know, just we don't think that we don't do that so much anymore. But it's a great way to just to maintain that memory. You know, have your children obviously meet their grandparents, all that kind of stuff. Very simple things that you can do.
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Just lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
Always fun to see Lewis's candid observations from the characters around him to the quality of the conversation. And it's pretty relatable how he noted the challenges of listening to poetry read aloud too. It definitely adds some personality and authenticity to the picture of his life at that time.
Thank you so much, Robot Lady. On to the next diary entry, Thursday, May 20th, 1926. He says that York came for old
Chuck's deck card of the show is the 9. And I think. Focus! No, it's a 10. The 10. The 10 of spades. Holy.
Keep it coming. Never know me. I'll never die. I love you. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
As it were, I've begun the transition between nicotine consumption by cigarello to nicotine consumption by transdermal. If you ever undergo such a similar exercise, perhaps this can help. When you find yourself having one of the cravings, you make this with your hand, and you put it forward, and then you turn it around toward yourself, and then you inhale as if you have like a normal inhale pattern you do with just your air, and then push that, and just every time you get the craving, and then eventually you notice you're doing that less times throughout the day. That's the current method by which we're trying to do the transition from cigarello to transdermal. And that is my recommended route, unless you're invoking, your relationship with Jesus for help. And if you're doing that, then this advice should not apply.
Remember embody. There is no agency. We want what's best for you.
And by whatever course of events it came to pass, there was this Inigo Swan in my stream, in my live stream, in my screen relationship, my the thing this morning.
The sensorium can do if the eye alone.
And first I say to you, I now commiserate, but here's this.
Can do this, deal in this multiplicity of things. The human sensorium, if you look at all of the anomalous phenomena that are recorded as anomalous, we're talking about a mega computer of some kind, which is totally unnecessary to even account for evolution on Earth. Evolution can be accounted for on a very simplistic method. But why should evolution have ended up having people, us here, who have thousands and thousands and thousands of activities and little projects and capacities and so forth and so on that we don't even use? And yet we get from birth to the grave without them. See, I can get very emotional about this, although in my age I don't want to be emotional anymore. But it's a fact, I look here and I see all of you not as the physical thing that you are, but as one of the fastest computers in existence, totally equipped to do things that we probably haven't even identified. and you're sitting here being fascinated with this miserable specimen. And I don't know if I'm making sense, because you can't make sense if you stay at a simplistic level. You're over-endowed. You're not using 99.9% of what you're endowed with. None of us are, even little me, you know. And but, you know, this is slightly beyond just mere remote viewing and things like that. But, you know, I've gone beyond remote viewing. I can't sit around in the early 1970s and say that's the rest of my life or anything like that. So
We all know that there is no agency any living gent can see doing what is right for me. Is lifting up my bro so he can grow some eyes to see that doing what is right for me increases all our agency.
These my dollars make it hurt.
Interrupt this branding. Mark Jackson is watching in stealth mode today. Mark Jackson is watching in stealth mode today.
The list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room? I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am, though, if you'd listen. I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
All right, and the blue church card of the show is the seven of spades. What's that leave us left? That we got the casino deck to go, and we're still not at the enemy's table, Estuary. No, we're not ready for that. Here, why don't we have another spot? Maybe we can find the King's North portion. This appears to be a bootleg version. I don't know if the official versions have been released or not of this Touch My Stone presentation. Look, the guy has 6 subscribers, but its algorithm makes its way to me. The algorithm gives it to me. It does say Wiley. When does the other fella talk? There, he's got the mic at 36. What do you got to say, machine man?
To be a millionaire to live simply in England, it turns out. But that's not appropriate for everyone, and not everyone can do it. I mean, personally, I find it very difficult to live in cities and suburbs. I could manage it when I was younger. I can't manage it now, especially after 12 years of living somewhere where I can't hear a car and I can see the stars. Because for me, as someone who was always a nature lover, I always saw God through nature, I think, when I was young, even though I didn't see it that way. I always feel very close to wild places, and they speak to me. I think it was you said it gives you a sense of dread, right? Walking down the street, it does feel like that to me. I need trees. But everyone's different, so everyone has their own place in the world. And, if I'm going to go and give a talk in Kentucky next week, I'm going down to the Wendell Berry Center. Wendell Berry's a great example of a man who goes home in America, goes to New York City, actually, tries to become a writer, goes home, back to his family valley. His children, his grandchildren now live there. They all farm there. And he makes it work, even though he's surrounded by mountaintop removal, coal mining.
But it turns out that land had lithium under it, and we can't talk about those people anymore. Hi, I'm Grim Grizz. This is a stream. We're almost to the title delivery. You see, I would never clickbait you. If it's in the title, it ought to be in the episode. Same with the thumbnail. I demand that. If someone does less than that, are they clickbait to you? Do they want anything more than your blanket attention worship? No. Are they they're just using you. Here, you can be part of something called the Hive Mind Chat or one of the invisible lurker folks. It's all a part of something bigger. Be part of something bigger just by being here. Congratulations. Casino Deck. Card of the show is the 7 of spades. Wow. Are we in a time loop? It's okay.
Frog can't stay in the water forever. And that's the most important thing. At some point, you have to finish the story. To finish the story, the frog has to get the golden ball. And one could say that the golden ball is actually the sun, which will come up for the new day. The frog has to get the golden ball and bring it back to the surface of the water. It must carry the most important thing, carry the seed of the new world to the princess so that it can grow. If that doesn't happen, there is no telling what else can come out of the water. If the frog stays there for too long, it will be eaten, or it will call some darker monster, because there are other things down there beside the golden ball, and the frog can tempt the Leviathan to devour it.
Oh, looky there. You can now, if you do not currently have it, have the ability to have the ability to put in colon thing, and why is this not scrolling? What's the matter? So, hey, but it's... Your name will turn green and beautiful, even more beautiful than it currently is. So if you grab one of these gifted memberships, and I don't even think they make you remember to cancel, which is awful sporting, don't you think? Oh, look, South Estuary. What's that, Grim? That's a 15-hour drive for you, sir. What? Yes, it's true. What does happen? You got to refresh the StreamYard? Yes. LARP! We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard.
Searching, the only thing we've found that makes the emptiness bearable is each other.
I think it worked. I think it worked. How about that? All right, there we go. No, that one. All right, good boy. All right. So I'm going here. You guys see the the current dilemma I have is like the barbecue starts at like 4 in the afternoon on Thursday, right? And here's the drive that's like 15, 16 hours. So how much time do I allot between 4 p.m. on Thursday for sleeping? And then how do I divide and does anybody have a couch? Yes. Does anybody have a couch like right like that's part near Memphis, Tennessee, maybe? Is there anybody from Memphis in the crowd? And do you have a couch I can borrow? Please don't kill me. Yes, that's what you just did and said. Wow, man, wow. Remember.
There is no agency. We walk past.
Remember, Embody.
There is no agency. We walk what's best.
Special thanks to the Shadow Cabal. So say we all.
Remember, Embody.
There is no agency. We walk what's best.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, Nanny.
Okay, the answer to the question was no, which is great. And thank you for the hive mind for that. No sleeping at rest stops. Well, if you'd like to prevent the sleeping at rest stops, you can find at the top of the hive mind over there a link which says KO like knockout -phi like fidelity, the brotherhood between us.com. / which apparently in the 19 movie 85 Brazil said stroke, which I kind of like. So stroke Grim Grizz. And yes, you'll find me there and can prevent the sleeping in rest stops via your generosity. Otherwise, so I was thinking if I had done this right, like I'd have that route would stop at Oklahoma City to pick up some yahoo to be like camera person for the drive. And that would have been the way to do it. But here I am on my way to South Estuary starting this Wednesday. Thanks to all of you for everything you do, even if that's just creating the crowd. You see, nothing attracts a crowd like a crowd. So the more you're here, the more they're here. And I thank you all for that. It helps me feel virtually not alone. Oh, let's take a moment to feel it together, ladies and gentlemen. Let us sit here and wish we were as cool as Scott Adams with his simulated cup. Let us all, in our envy of Scott Adams, gather together and Sorry. This just in for something people would call a conscience.
I'm not a cat.
I haven't delivered yet on the enemy's table estuary, and that's where. Okay, here we go. The enemy's table estuary bit. You know how I'm. There's this South Estuary, and there's this So I've been experiencing pressure to create an estuary type event for the one that's mine, right? And so I've decided, sure, fine, it's going to be in Vegas. And where in Vegas? Why not? Why not at my enemy's table and right in the middle of the Luxor? I'm sure the Luxor has rooms they rent for large amounts of cash. I think that's where we'll have the event. So as soon as that's arranged, we will have the enemy's table estuary. And that'll be the Grim Grizz one. Okay. Now, bye, everybody. Thanks for everything you do. It's good to see you. So it's like this, but there's nothing in there. And then like make sure that the exhale as you do it is longer. So it's like in for 4, out for 8. Like you just to replace the normal way you used to breathe when you did it. Like that.